Hey everybody, it's Nat. From Nat's Numbers, I am back here with today's question. This one comes from a viewer named Joe. Here's what he writes. Hey Nat, you said nothing is off limits, so here it goes. I've been single and dating now for 2 years and haven't found the girl that is right for me physically. Do I need to lower my standards? Or do you have any thoughts based on how I can use my superpowers in numerology to manifest my dream girl? I don't think that you need to lower your standards, Joe. I think you actually need to heighten your standards. So, everything that I'm going to be sharing today is applicable to any of us who have a desire or appetite for a physical trait in another person. But, Joe, specifically, this is a theme that is particular to you and your life path. So, you are the number 7 metaphysician superhero or 7 life path. And you're here to master your superpower of depth versus taking things at face value. So here's the key principle that I'm going to be sharing with you today that's the fundamental solution to this problem. The physical attributes that we're seeking actually have non-physical roots. So other people might deem these desires as being superficial, but in my work with people, when you get below the surface, these superficial desires are actually profound and incredibly spiritual. If you can become aware of the vibrational source of what you desire, you'll be able to break through those blocks of attraction. So here's what happens to most of us. We get tricked and hypnotized by the physical world. Right? We bypass what our soul really is seeking because we're cast under this spell of materialism and Newtonian physicality. And this is completely understandable because we're bombarded by messages that just soak into our subconscious. TV, movies, commercials, billboards, magazines, right? So much of what we see on a daily basis says that airbrushed perfection correlates to worth. That what is truly prized in a partner is a toned physique versus intelligence or character or resilience or loyalty. That status comes from what's on our arm candy. If you function under this paradigm and you don't question it, this paradigm that relationships are based on the doorway of material appeal, you'll be left flabbergasted and disappointed over and over again, right? You'll learn the hard way that a ripped body doesn't necessarily mean a strong and resilient soul. That big, beautiful, voluptuous breasts doesn't necessarily mean somebody who is nurturing is going to hold you and caress you as you sob for some loss in your life. That big, beautiful blue eyes doesn't necessarily correlate with somebody who is deeply perceptive and can see into your soul. If you focus just on the physical, you will be humbled and even beaten by these contradictions. You'll be frustrated by the fact that things are not what they appear to be. You might even go through years or decades of your life attracting and then discarding people because what you think you want is not what you really want. So, I have a 3-step exercise that is incredibly simple, pretty quick, and that can blow your mind on this subject. If you do this exercise, you're going to be able to access the type of partner and relationship that you really want. Okay, so step number 1, I want you to make a list of like your top 5 physical attributes that you want in a partner. Be as honest as possible. If you want a blonde bombshell, write it down. Athletic physique, big butt, long brunette hair, doesn't matter, but iron it down to your top 5. Second step is next to each of these physical traits, I want you to ask yourself, what feeling would they generate within you? What would they give you? I'm not talking about an erection. I'm talking about what do they give you on a soul level. So here's an example. It might be, for instance, that you have a preference for somebody that's athletic. But when you ask yourself how it would make you feel to rendezvous with that type of physical trait, it might make you feel strong. It might make you feel confident. So there's no right or wrong. All right, step 3 is the real fun part, because this is where you can start to see demonstrations in your real life. This is where you take your superpower of depth and you actually start to see it affecting your reality. Step 3 is those sensations, those feelings that would be generated within you if you were able to access those physical traits in your partner, you embody them right now. So if it was feeling nurtured or taken care of, you need to start being a nurturing person, and you will attract those types of physical compatibilities. Okay? If it was strength, you need to start to experience and feel and let that strength flow through you. This might be my shortest Q&A ever. I'm pretty proud of myself. So I hope that this helped, Joe. And I would be, if you're brave enough, I would love if you guys would comment below and let me know what your top 1 physical attribute was and what feeling it would produce within you. I'm so excited to read them. So I hope you guys have a great day ahead. And if you have a question for me that you would like to be answered, please comment below. Just very simple with your birth date and a simple but detailed question.